G'day guys, KennyRaceBoy here, and as you can see today, I'm in the garage. Yeah, it's really messy in here. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to clean it before I did the video, so what I'm going to do today is install this guy. Now, last video I showed you what I had ordered, and this happened to be on the list of things I was going to do, so I'm going to install this one for you guys today and just give you a general rundown on how to do it. Yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? And of course, to fit this stand up today, what you're going to need are the following tools. Torque wrench isn't 100% necessary, but kind of recommended, and the difficulty isn't that hard, so pretty much anybody can do this one. So when you open your box from Happy Trail, you will be confronted with a manual. Being that you're watching this video, you probably won't need it, so chuck it away. And other couple of things, bolts. This one here is the one that comes with the stand kit. It is a little bit longer, has a washer on it as well. As you can see, this one here is the stock one. Terribly short, so we're going to not use that one and use the one that is given to us. Moving on to the stand itself, you'll see that there are holes drilled into the side. These are for adjustments, and these ones here are the ones that you put your foot peg through. Two on each side. Make sure you use the right foot peg on the right side and the left foot peg on the left side. So yeah, let's disassemble the bike. So first of all, taking off the foot pegs, what we're going to use is our 12mm socket and our breaker bar. Just remove those bolts on either side and your pegs will just come off. So once you've done that, lay your foot pegs down with the new bolts in them, and we're going to put some blue Loctite on them just so the bolts don't rattle loose while you're riding down the highway. That would be very bad. Alrighty, so this is where the installation begins. Get your stand, hold it up inside the frame, line up the holes, and then what you want to do is just place one of the bolts with the foot peg on through and into the frame. Just do that one up softly, just so we can line up the other side. Of course, repeat the same process for the other side and put enough blue Loctite on there just to hold it in. Do this one up softly too, and then we'll line up the secondary holes. Alrighty, so repeat the same process for the other side, putting the bolt in there with the blue Loctite, and then what we're going to do is torque them up. The manual says to do them up to about 18 foot-pounds or 20 newton meters. I personally didn't think this was quite enough, so I did them up just a little bit tighter than usual. So once you've done that, that's pretty much all there is to do. Last thing is to test it out for clearance wise. Hey! Spins. But, yeah, as you can see, not much room. There is a little bit of adjustment to be had, so let's go ahead and do that before we do anything else, and yeah, show you how to adjust it. Alright, so that was pretty dark footage, I'm sorry about that, but what we're going to use is our 13mm spanner and our 13mm socket and breaker bar. Undo these bolts on either side. They are a little bit tight, so just be a little bit careful with your fingers. So after you've done that, just remove one of the bolts. The other one can just sit in there to hold it somewhat together while you take the other side apart. And then we're going to move on to the other side. So removing the nuts and bolts on this side is a little bit more difficult. As you can see, the stand does get in the way, but if you hold this stand down with your foot and use an extension piece, you can get to them somewhat. Of course, placing your 13mm just on the back there. Just go ahead and loosen and remove all the remaining bolts, and then you'll be left with two parts of your stand. So at this point we can adjust the stand. As you can see, there are holes drilled into the side. If we move the bolts back, that will heighten the stand, and if we move them forward from the original, that will lower the stand. Do whatever you feel is necessary to get the right height for your bike. For my purposes, I'm going to heighten my bike, so I'll put it towards the back of the stand. So first put the front bolts through, align the holes and thread the nuts on the back of them, and then what we're going to do is move on to the other side and repeat the same process. Make sure the other side is aligned correctly with the side that you're working on, otherwise the bike will be a little bit wonky when you put it up on the center stand, and that's not what we're after. After you've done that, you can put the rear bolts in. Don't forget to put the blue Loctite on these ones as well so they don't vibrate loose. And then we can go ahead and torque all these bolts down that we've loosened previously. So torque these bolts down here, of course holding the stand down with your foot. Put your 13mm socket and 13mm wrench on there and tighten them down. And then using your torque wrench, torque these ones down to 18 foot-pounds or 20 newton meters, whichever one you prefer, they're both the same, and until you hear that click. Repeat the same process for the other side using the same torque settings, and then you shall be done. Well guys, that's pretty much all there is to it. I've been using this stand here for about the last month and a half, and I did my piston kit upgrade, which was the last video that you saw, and it saved me quite a lot of hassle. It really stabilized the bike when I was working on it. So I highly recommend it. It hasn't caused me any trouble whatsoever. And yeah, if you guys have liked the video, please comment, rate and subscribe. It really helps me out. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.